Basically, when I started this a long time ago, and I was just lying down and just thinking, if my son or myself or my family, somebody falls ill in this country, then I just have to dial 999 and the ambulance will be outside. Within minutes they'll be taken to the hospital, doctors will be checking them. But thinking about that country, in Pakistan, in that area especially where I come from, there's no such luck for those people to have that kind of facility for them.
This is Mohammed Younis, a postman who moved to the UK from Pakistan when he was 14. For years he wondered at the huge differences between the quality of life he enjoyed as a UK citizen and the poverty endured by the family he left behind. It troubled him so much that in 1995 he took an amazing decision. He resolved to build the very first free, independent hospital in his home region, one of just a handful in Pakistan. He had no medical or fundraising experience, but remarkably, after 12 years of tireless campaigning, the building was finally completed in April 2007. In this presentation, you can find out more about Younis, his hospital, and the region in which it's built. We'll also show you why further help and donations are desperately needed to secure the long-term future of this inspirational project. Pakistan is a country about 3 times the size of the United Kingdom, with a population of just over 160 million people. Its political upheavals are well documented, but away from the cauldron of the cities, a much quieter, rural way of life exists. This is the environment around Hafizabad, the area where Younis spent his early childhood and where the hospital has been built. In 1964, the building of a hydroelectric dam meant the entire district of Mirpur in Kashmir was displaced and relocated throughout northern Pakistan. Along with the rest of their town, Younis's family was moved to Hafizabad in northern Punjab, an area much less fertile than their homeland. Many never fully recovered from this upheaval. The majority of the population now makes a meagre living through subsistence farming or manual labour, an economy that leaves them vulnerable to the vagaries of the seasons and their health. With little access to capital, market forces have failed to deliver the medical, transport and technological infrastructure we take for granted in wealthy countries. Put simply, there is very little profit to be made from these people. This means that when someone falls ill, their family alone is left to care for them. Free medical treatment is almost unheard of, and even paid-for treatment can lie many miles away. With poor transport links, complaints we would think of as minor in the West can become debilitating or even life-threatening in this part of the world. The result is some alarming health statistics. For every 1,000 children born in the UK, 5 will die at birth. Just 6 will die before reaching the age of 5. In Pakistan, 53 children die at birth and 100 will die before the age of 5. Of these deaths, just 3.1% are caused by diarrheal or respiratory infections in the UK. With fast access to doctors, we often think of diarrhea as a worrying but minor complaint. In Pakistan, without access to basic treatment, 1/3 of childhood mortality below the age of 5 is caused by this common class of illness. In the UK, 1 in every 10,000 births results in the death of the mother. In Pakistan, it's 1 in every 200. Life expectancy at birth is 78.9 years in the UK, but just 61.5 in Pakistan. Polio has been eradicated in the UK, but in Pakistan, 40 out of every 1,000 children still contract this debilitating disease. In the UK, fewer than 3 in 10,000 deaths are caused by physical injury. In Pakistan, it's 100, another symptom of poor access to frontline medical treatment. It's worth noting that these statistics are gathered mostly from urban communities in Pakistan. The figures for rural communities, like Hafizabad, are less well measured but known to be much worse. To hear about these inequalities is bad enough, but it's even harder to experience them side by side, as Younis does during frequent visits between the UK and Pakistan. To travel the world is to realise that people are essentially the same wherever you go, but also to realise that they are treated very differently, often through no fault of their own. This has been the inspiration behind Younis's mission to build a free hospital for the people of this region. The Alma-B Hospital is named after Younis's mother, who died from leukemia in 1980. Living in the Hafizabad district of Pakistan, she endured the final stages of her illness without any access to treatment, even basic pain relief. Younis's grief and sense of helplessness during this time was perhaps the major catalyst for the hospital project. It's therefore appropriate that it now bears her name. Several years in the planning, the land for the project was donated to Younis by his father shortly before his death in 1992. The original design was for a small 1-acre facility providing for basic emergency treatment and non-emergency day surgery. However, as the project evolved, with funds and interest from the region growing expansively, the remit of the hospital grew with it. Eventually, it became clear that it was possible to provide a major healthcare facility capable of delivering first-world treatment to the entire district. In 2004, building of the Alma-B Hospital began. The hospital's central location within the district of Hafizabad makes it easily accessible to around 100,000 people who previously had no immediate access to healthcare. Considerations such as this are a hallmark of the careful planning for this project and are critical to the effectiveness of a facility built for populations with poor access to transport. The building itself has been constructed to the highest standards, more than capable of surviving the extremes of rain and heat which are common to this region. The addition of a grass convalescent garden in the rear courtyard was a particular wish of Younis's. These spaces provide an area of calm and contemplation for patients, which helps them relax and speeds recovery. This level of consideration is very rare in Pakistan, where healthcare facilities for the poor often lack the necessary funding to prioritise spiritual luxuries. Completed in April 2007, the Alma-B Hospital is now a major landmark in its district. Comprising 75 inpatient beds, it now has the potential to deliver world-class maternity, paediatric and general healthcare facilities to a population that barely had access to aspirin.
मेरा नाम डॉक्टर नूर रेहान है और मैं गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट हूँ और इधर आलमा-बी हॉस्पिटल में अपनी खिदमत सर अंजाम दे रही हूँ। यहाँ पे 3 फिजिशियंस हैं, एक पीडियाट्रिशियन है और गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट जो है वो मैं हूँ। पैरामेडिकल स्टाफ भी अवेलेबल है। जब से मैं यहाँ पे काम कर रही हूँ मैंने ये देखा है कि इन लोगों के लिए बहुत बड़ी ब्लेसिंग है ये हॉस्पिटल, क्योंकि बाकी पेरिफेरीज में दाई अवेलेबल होती हैं, यहाँ पे कोई दाई सिस्टम भी ऐसा सच नहीं है। मतलब इतनी डार्कनेस है यहाँ पे। लोगों के पास क्योंकि ट्रांसपोर्ट की कमी है और ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के साथ साथ माशी मसाइल, और उसमें ये होता था कि पहले अगर कोई लोग यहाँ पे सोचते भी थे कि अब जो है ख़तरात, इंसानी जान को ख़तरा है, यहाँ से निकलना चाहिए, आगे किसी बड़े शहर में पहुँचना चाहिए, तो उसको कम से कम 4 से 6 घंटे पहुँचने में लगने हैं एक मरीज़ को यहाँ से, चाहे ट्रांसपोर्ट उनके पास एक रेड़ा या कोई भी चीज़ हो, तो 4 से 6 घंटे इंसानी जान के लिए बड़ी मायने रखते हैं। उसमें फिर ये होता था कि बाज़ औक़ात, अक्सर औक़ात, जो कि मैंने ख़ुद भी देखा है, मैंने ख़ुद यहाँ पे ऑब्ज़र्व किया है कि जाते जाते रास्ते में ही फौतगी हो जानी, मरीज़ अपनी जान से हाथों बैठता था। अब उन चीज़ों में बहुत कमी आ गई है। उनके लिए वाकई ये हॉस्पिटल एक बहुत बड़ी नेमत है।
अच्छा, जैसे अस्पताल नहीं सी है उस टाइम तुसी किथे जांदे सी दवाई लैन?
ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਹਸਪਤਾਲ
जी
ਉਦੋਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ?
ਉਹਦਾ ਨਾ ਸੀ ਜੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਅੱਗੋਂ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਪਿੰਡ 'ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਅੰਦੂਆਣੇ ਹਸਪਤਾਲ ਉੱਥੇ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ, ਪਿੰਡੀ ਵੱਡੀਆਂ 'ਚ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ। ਹੁਣ ਉਹ ਨੇੜੇ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ, ਫਾਇਦਾ ਹੀ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ।
ਉਹ ਚੰਗਾ ਸੀ ਇੱਧਰ ਤੇ ਚੰਗਾ?
ਹੈ जी चंगा।
मेरा नाम डॉक्टर रेहान सलीम और मैं आलमा-बी हॉस्पिटल में एज ए कंसल्टेंट फैमिली फिजिशियन काम कर रहा हूँ। इस हॉस्पिटल के बारे में बताना चाहूँगा कि ये हॉस्पिटल एक ऐसे एरिया में बना हुआ है जहाँ पे बेसिक फैसिलिटीज़ ऑफ लाइफ जो है ना वो बहुत कम अवेलेबल है। और इस हॉस्पिटल के बनने से पहले यहाँ पे 70 to 80% मोर्टेलिटी रेट था कि वो बच्चे इन अमराज से फौत हो जाते थे। और हॉस्पिटल बनने के बाद जो हमने सर्वे करवाया है इस एरिया के अंदर 80 to 90 विलेजेस हैं इधर, उनके अंदर हॉस्पिटल की जो मैनेजमेंट टीम है उन्होंने सर्वे करवाया, उनका मोर्टेलिटी रेट अब 30% तक आ चुका है। मेडिकल रिलेटेड केसेस हैं, उसके अंदर शुगर जिसे हम डायबिटीज़ कहते हैं, ब्लड प्रेशर, ठीक है, और हेपेटाइटिस यानी काला जरकान जिसे कहते हैं, हेपेटाइटिस बी, सी, ये जो केसेस हैं इनके अंदर भी 30 to 40% तक हमारी रिडक्शन हुई है। और सर्जरी के अंदर जो जो चीज़ की रिक्वायरमेंट है हमें वहाँ पे हर चीज़ अवेलेबल है। और अभी कुछ ऐसी फैसिलिटीज़ हैं जो अवेलेबल नहीं हैं, उनके लिए हम फंड रेजिंग के लिए रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे कि जो बेसिक तो हमने रखी हुई हैं, लेकिन कुछ ऐसे सीरियस पेशेंट्स होते हैं जिनको उससे ज़्यादा फैसिलिटीज़ देनी पड़ती है, मशीनरी की ज़रूरत पड़ती है, वेंटिलेटर्स की ज़रूरत है, हमें इंक्यूबेटर्स की ज़रूरत है। उसके लिए हम रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे कि आप उसके लिए हेल्प करें और उसको फ़ंड रेजिंग के ज़रिए या जैसे भी आप करना चाहें उसको हेल्प करेंगे, तो इस हॉस्पिटल की जो एक्टिविटी है वो बढ़ेगी और पेशेंट्स को जो सर्विस देनी है वो भी इंक्रीज़ होगी।
नहीं सी उदों की करते थे?
दूर जाना पड़ता था,
किधर?
सांगले पिंडी,
कितनी देर लगती?
काफ़ी 2-3 घंटे लग जाते थे जाने में।
इधर आसानी होगी?
हाँ जी, बहुत आसानी है।
ग्लूकोज जोड़ा लगाया है
फ्री खाता जी ला रहे
अच्छा दवाई
सिर्फ 10 रुपये पर्ची दी
थोड़ी तबीयत कैसी
हूँ अगे ना जी बेहतर
और डॉक्टर बहुत अच्छे हैं, दवाइयाँ बहुत अच्छी मिलती हैं, टाइम से मरीजों को देखते हैं।
गरीब बंदियां नूं बड़ा फायदा जी, पैसे थोड़े दवाई मुफ्त लभ जाती है ते नेड़े टुर के भी आ जाइदा, नहीं कि लद्दा लुद्दा लभदा। इहो ही सुख हुंदा, होर मुड़ केड़ा इत्थे सुख।
Since opening full-time in March 2008, the hospital has become a major hub of the community, helping to generate much-needed jobs, as well as raising the quality of life for the local population substantially. In March 2008, the Almaby Hospital finally opened its doors for business. With basic equipment and a small staff of dedicated doctors and health workers, the people of District Hafizabad have access to free healthcare for the very first time. However, this also means that the hospital now has to fund ongoing costs, such as wages and medicines, as well as acquiring all equipment necessary to offer the comprehensive in- and outpatient services requisite of a modern and effective hospital. Your help has never been more vital. There are several ways you can make a donation to the Alma Hospital Trust. Use any of the numbers and addresses on this screen to give money or to get in touch for more information. If you represent a business or corporation and would like to discuss ways in which you could help, please get in touch via any of the methods shown here, and someone will contact you to discuss a range of sponsorship and other opportunities for your organisation. Thank you.